What is up, everyone? Welcome to It's Been a Week. I'm your host, Ben McDonald, and this is your weekly dose of whatever the hell just happened. All right, everyone. Welcome back to It's Been a Week. I'm joined with one of my favorite co-hosts, Miss Cassandra. Welcome back to the podcast. Can I tell you who I just think are the worst people?
Who?
When's the last time you've had your blood work done?
Oh, God. Well, I donated blood to like one of those blood trucks, but I haven't had.
Okay, I feel like they're a little more friendly because they're like volunteers and it's like they're
Right.
there
And
to
they're
do good.
here's this cap and this $15 gift card. Thank you for donating. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. The people at LabCorp are like they're raging cunts. I don't understand. Like their their only job is you go in, they draw your blood, have a good day, right? Like it's very simple. I don't know why they're such angry people. They're such like we went in, we had AJ and I get our blood work often because I do because I'm on Ozempic and I'm on testosterone and I got all this shit going on. So I'm like, I gotta make sure I'm like not giving myself full on cancer over here. And so I go get my blood work done and I have, I see a nurse practitioner and she'll give me like, she puts in the order for me to get my blood work done. I bring in the form and like I bring it in and they're like, we don't take this. This isn't us. And I'm like, yes, you do. We go through this every fucking time. It says on here LabCorp. It's a walk-in. Just scan the barcode. Why not even just give it an just scan the fucking barcode? Because then they always go, oh yeah, actually we do take it. It's the craziest thing. And I'm like, I went in the one time and you have to scan the barcode for like whether you're getting like cholesterol or your liver vitamins or enzymes or whatever the fuck you're getting blood work on, right? So they only scanned like 2 of the barcodes and they missed the other 3. So they missed half of the things I was going to get my blood work for, which they missed all the ones that I had been fasting for, like cholesterol and all the stuff. So I'm like, I get the results and I'm like, where is everything? And they didn't do it. So then I had to go back and they just have like, it's like they're almost as bad as like people who work at the post office.
Oh, yeah. Miserable jobs.
The only person I've ever known that has probably was a good post office worker is my mother-in-law because she's a saint. But like no one, everyone else, every time I'm like, you chose this job. You chose to work for the post office. You chose to work at LabCorp. No one's forcing you to do these jobs. You chose, this is the career path you chose. Why do you got to be such a bitch?
Right. So like what's the most exciting thing that happens during their day, do you think?
Well, I think to go in that job, I mean, you must like poking people with needles.
Right.
But like, if you draw blood at like LabCorp, are you like a fail? Like you didn't make it as a nurse, or like did you want to work in like the ER and you got this? Like, what is it? Like,
No.
is this a stepping stone?
I feel like it's a lazy stepping stone to like the medical career. Like a phlebotomist, like you can go to school for a phlebotomy for a few years and just forever live in that. I think, I don't know, like phlebotomists don't come at me, but I think that
They're all gonna be in the comments. I don't know. I just don't understand it. I'm like, why just quit being such assholes? Like, and they're like, they've got
yeah.
such a chip on their shoulder, and it's like, just draw the blood. What do you care?
Yeah.
What,
I'm also one of those people that I have like rolling veins, so it's very hard to get a vein. And so anytime I've needed like an IV or to give blood, it's a whole thing.
oh,
So maybe that's like their
thing.
yeah, they're excited to like get those rolling veins.
Well, I don't know. So when this episode comes out, I'm actually going to be in the woods.
Okay, where in the woods are you?
Yeah, that's a great fucking question. So I am not much of like, I'm not really like a camper. I'm not much of like, I don't really enjoy the wilderness. When I go on vacation, I'm much more of like a beach goer, like south of France. I want to be dancing on tables on a beach in a swimsuit. I've never been one for like, the mountains or forests. And I'm like, I don't need to go see like the Grand Canyon. I'm like, I can Google image it and I'm good to go. Like I got it. So we're going to this place called Wintoon, California. It's like Northern California. And we're going to be in the woods. There's a group of like 20 or 30 of us going. And yeah, I don't know how I feel about it. Like, cause I'm not like going to go sleep on an air mattress or like sleep in a tent. Like, I'm pretty sure we have like cabins and houses to stay in.
Okay, which is so interesting because you have 70 plus animals on your farm and you're very like nails in the dirt type of guy, like you'll build things, you build the chicken coop and the greenhouse, but you can't stay out in the woods for a night or two.
I don't know. I just am like, I think it just is kind of boring to me.
Really?
Like, I also grew up in Wisconsin, like, we lived on a lake, like, I never went to camp as a kid. I was like, "I live at camp. My house is like being at camp." Like, we
Right.
have a lake, we have a boat, we're out in the, like, the woods, like, I don't know, it just to me is like, that's not a vacation. If I'm gonna spend money and go on a flight and do all the things, I wanna be somewhere fun on tropical. But it does sound really fun, like, we're gonna be, like, going down the river, and we're gonna be fishing, and each night, there's, like, a theme night. So there's like gypsy theme and Western theme and black tie and all these different things. So, I mean, listen, I know it's going to be a blast. We're going with a fun group of people. I'm hoping I'm just going to like take some mushrooms and go sit out in the wilderness and, talk to the trees. But
Right.
yeah, it'll be really interesting. So when this episode comes out, I will be in the woods and hopefully I don't go missing. I feel like people go missing in the woods
Yes, hiking and like in the mountains and stuff, but like, are you showing up with like a flint? Like, do you
with a
need to start
flint. Like
your
this. Oh,
fire?
like,
Yeah. Like Survivor style?
no.
Okay, would you ever do one of those shows like Survivor, Big Brother, reality TV?
I mean, I've got a whole thing against reality TV kinda because, like, when you're an actor, it kinda, like you kinda kill your acting career when you do reality. If I wasn't, like, an actor, I think I would do some of them. I don't know if I would do Survivor. Like, that one, even though it's TV and, like, they're never gonna let someone, like, die,
Right.
like, that's, like you still gotta be like, Fear Factor, like, no.
But it's like a free Ozempic, right? Like you're
I mean, for sure,
starving
you would lose so much weight on Survivor.
so much. They do. And like, okay, wait. So there's been so many documentaries, like The Biggest Loser documentary, the
I haven't seen that one yet, but I have to. I just watched Stalking Samantha.
okay, so many thoughts.
Have you seen it?
I started to watch it. Have you ever been stalked or have you ever stalked anyone?
Have I ever well, I don't think I've ever stalked anyone. I mean, I'm sure when I've been in relationships, I've probably, like, been a little too obsessive at times in the beginning, but no, I've never stalked anybody, and if I have I ever been stalked? Not that I know of.
Okay,
Have
so I
you?
remember my freshman year of college. This is like the same time 9/11 is happening. Away from my family. I'm living on campus. And actually, they overbooked freshmen. So we were living like off campus in these like senior housing apartments. And it was a wild year. And so my roommate, she was dating this guy. And maybe like Russian mafia type of thing. He literally like came into our apartment complex and like scaled the outdoor thing to like get up to our apartment. We went to the courthouse to get a an order of protection. That's like the closest to stalking and like feeling very unsafe.
Okay, but do you call it a restraining order or do you call it a
It was a restraining order, but yeah, I guess like in this stalking Samantha, it's a PPO.
which they kept saying that, and all I could think about was, like, insurance.
100%. I was like, what the fuck?
AJ said the same thing. AJ's like, "All I can keep thinking about is, like, our insurance policies." I've never heard of it as a protective person order or whatever, but I'm always like,
Right,
"It's a restraining order."
right.
But so I don't know, this girl, this Samantha, like, I wanna believe her, but something's off.
Well, what's weird to me is that she gets this PPO, he shows up day 1, it's expired, and
6
she's like,
years later.
"Hey, buddy," and then she engages in conversation and
But even the whole time before leading up to when she got this restraining order, when he was sending all these crazy text messages, she's responding to him.
very weird too. If
Like,
you feel unsafe and you need to get an order of protection against somebody, don't respond to them, block them, move, like, I don't know, do everything that you can. When I was in college, it wasn't like a I needed an order of protection, but it was a fucking strange situation. I went to school in Miami. That's where I met AJ. And my apartment was like on the second floor. So like you walked up these stairs, and then my door was here and then my neighbor's was here. And so like I shared this tiny little mini porch with this guy and we lived in a protected apartment complex. So you needed the key card and it was videoed. And without fail, he would be outside every single time I was walking into my apartment. It was bizarre because it was 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It was 4 a.m. It was all hours, all days, everything. And so then I learned that there was a channel on like the local, whatever, local cable. You could set it to channel 5 and you could see the people that are coming into the complex. So you can look at who's coming and going into this complex. And so I realized this motherfucker is watching from when I'm like coming into the complex and then he's going outside.
Then he'd
He
go
was
and
like
wait
a
for you.
Brian Cohenberger, whatever the fuck that guy's name is from the Moscow murders in Idaho.
Mm.
That he looked like him reminded me of. I'm not even fucking shitting you. It was so sketchy. And like at towards the end, I would not come home late without my roommate or a friend because it was
People are just creepy. I don't understand. Like, if someone doesn't want to be your friend or be with you or engage with you, who in their right mind is like, oh, I'm just going to force it and that'll be fun?
yeah, no, I don't know. It's mental illness. It's
But
just
this girl, she should have been like, "Hey, please leave me alone. I don't feel like I'm gonna block or like I'm blocking you. I'm telling you right now, please don't contact me. Boom, period, block, be done." She would like respond to him for years. And so part of me was like, okay, probably was getting mixed signals, whatever. Then you do I mean, obviously he was loony. Then she does the restraining order. Then he comes back. The second he was there the first day, I would have been like, absolutely not. What the fuck are you doing? And I would have gone to the court and been like, this just expired and here he is. Like you would have had a case there, but she waited. Then she gets kidnapped. And here's another thing that didn't make sense to me. When she was explaining, because he comes and kidnaps her, right? And he puts the gag ball in her mouth and duct tapes around her like
the whole
hair,
Netflix.
her whole head. And then she's like, "But I was telling him I need this, I need this." How the fuck are you talking when you have a gag ball and your face is duct taped? She was like, I asked for this and I said we had to do this and this." I mean, you could it's like when you're at the dentist and you're like, "I can't," like your mouth's full. Like there's no if you have I mean, you ever had a gag ball in your mouth? I have. Let me tell you, you can't talk with that in.
No,
There's like to that part, I'm like, there's some holes in the story.
yeah, it is. It feels a little bit suspicious that she's just, I don't know, sort of nonchalant in that like, oh, well, then I was in his car and then I had to have sex with him and I I don't know.
Listen, she said, she's like, I made this plea bargain with him, like, to have sex with him to get released. So I was like, that okay, like, I mean, and when you're in that situation, obviously you're gonna do what you gotta do to like but then they're just like, I don't know, there's something off, and then I'm like and then you're, like, making a Netflix documentary about it. Like, there just seems to be a thing where I'm like, how much attention are you wanting here?
Right. Well, it just is right off the bat from the PPO. And then he shows up to the soccer game and whatever else and just being like, oh, hey, and responding to text messages and not being like completely alerted to the fact that this motherfucker is showing up after you've had a protection order against him.
And
Like,
her friends are all freaking out, and she's like, "It's not a big deal, it's fine."
right. And I don't give a shit about the Midwest. You're nice. Like, you're an idiot.
She moved and he followed her and was there for 6 years and then was like she's like, "Yeah," and then he was at the grocery store, but I mean, I guess everyone shops at the grocery store, and then he was here, but I mean, I guess people go here it's like, no.
No, no.
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
So if you guys haven't seen this documentary, it's on what was it on Hulu?
Netflix, I think. No? I don't
No,
know.
Hulu. I think it's on Hulu, so you guys need to go watch Stalking Samantha and let us know your thoughts on it. But the documentary that was on Netflix was the cruise ship one,
Yeah. Okay.
Amy Bradley.
Wild.
Okay,
Right.
do you think she's alive?
I do I don't think she's alive. I think that the person that was in the cabin next door who was associated with the family that they don't even really touch on the documentary, he worked with the dad or something.
So he knew really quick backstory for everyone if you haven't seen the documentary Finding Amy is it Finding Amy Bradley on Netflix?
Amy Bradley is missing.
Amy Bradley's missing. So Amy Bradley, this was back in the 90s, went on a cruise, and between the hours of like 5 and 6 a.m. of this cruise, went missing. They were in the Bahamas, and then the parents couldn't find her, but then like 3 days later, just like flew home, which is bizarre. So there is talk of like, okay, did she fall off the boat? Did she jump off the boat? Was she smuggled off the boat and sold into sex trafficking? Because there's been all these different sightings of her on different islands in the Caribbean. So there's all these different scenarios, but you're saying because on the boat, the person that was in the room next to him was this creepy guy. You're saying you think he has something to do with it.
Yeah, I think so. The reason that they were all on this cruise ship was because it was like a corporate event. And so the guy next to them worked with the father of Amy Bradley, which they don't touch on in the documentary, but you can find it all over Reddit. And so, I don't know, just immediately I got a weird vibe from him. He's like, she came back and she was smoking a cigarette. My theory is like, maybe she tried climbing over. She's a lesbian. He tried hitting on her. And she was like, no way, bro. I'm out of here. And then he was like, fuck that. And then some shit happened and she went overboard.
Because she did say that she was like on the balcony and she's like, you could see your neighbors and kind of peek over the thing and talk to them. So maybe she just crawled over. Maybe she fell in crawling over.
Yeah, yeah, that's possible too. Like, I don't know. But I feel like he knows more than is letting on.
The crazy thing about this too is they interview all these people and everyone acts like she was the fucking most gorgeous, like Jennifer Aniston walking down the hallways, the belle of the ball on the cruise ship. And I'm like, she was like, no, she was not. I know it was the 90s. She was, no, I'm sorry. That bitch was not a star. I know a star when I see one. She was not some like gorgeous spectacle. And
Not
also,
Angelina Jolie.
no, and when you get on a cruise ship, there's, like, thousands of people. Like, what are the o like, you don't everyone doesn't remember this one person you saw on a cruise ship.
No, right. So, like, one of the people that they interview was like walking down the beach and he's like, I remember seeing her and her Tasmanian tattoo. And like, no, there's no
No, you
fuck.
don't. And then well, there's people they say they've seen her on different islands. The craziest one is they were at this bar and this, like, Marine was like, "Yeah, I saw her. She told me my name's Amy Bradley and she wanted help." He's like, "But, I was in the Marines. I wasn't supposed to be at a bar and, you know, I didn't wanna lose my pension, so I just left." I'm like, you just if that story is true, I'm like, this poor girl has been sold into sex trafficking. She's asking you for help, and you're like, "Yeah, I don't wanna lose my pension, so you're on your own."
Sorry. Good luck. Wish you the
Best of
best.
luck to you. I mean, I will say the photo they showed of her that they're saying they could be her. I mean, bitch got a glow up. Those sex traffickers, like, she looked better.
Yeah, I don't think that it really looked like her. And they can do all facial recognition. I don't think it's her. I think that she's not on this earth anymore. And
Or because her parents also were not okay with her being a lesbian. You could tell they were like super against it. So
yep.
maybe she's like, fuck this. I'm going to live my lesbian life in Barbados. And maybe she's like, running a motorcycle bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe she's like, fuck this. Fuck my family. I'm going to go start my new life and I don't need them.
Could totally see that. Like if I grew up feeling like my family didn't support me and then I had this opportunity to just fucking like go and branch off and live my life, like yeah, fuck you. I'm not gonna contact you.
And maybe she's seen all these documentaries and all these stories and she's either A, loving it, like, oh my God, I'm so famous and I'm not even a part of it. Or she's like, I'm so deep into this and so far maybe she's like, I could never come out now. Like it's gonna be this whole thing. Everyone's gonna like blame me why I didn't say anything. Like maybe who knows?
Who knows? It is fucked up. What's also fucked up is the poo cruise.
I mean,
Would you survive
no, 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 no.
5 days with shit
I
rolling around your ankles?
No, I would have somehow had like a helicopter come pick me up. I would have when that other cruise ship was coming by, I would have like, I don't know, dove in and been like, "You're taking me." I don't know what I would have done. There was no fucking way. That was crazy.
Hmm.
But I gotta say too, I'm not much of a cruise person.
No.
It's a special breed of person that likes to go on cruise ships. To me, it's like the food. It's like everyone wants their free meal. And the food tastes like it's cooked out of an easy bake oven. It's like I went on a cruise once and I had purchased like the unlimited drink pass or whatever for the week. And so when I'd go to get drinks, I remember at one point they like cut me off. Like you can only have 2 drinks per hour. And I was like, "Excuse me?" So I was like, "Well, fuck you. I'm just going to get 2 Long Island iced teas. I'm going to black out anyways." And then they literally came over the microphone, like the intercom, and they're like, "Man in the blue shirts, can you please quit swearing?" And I'm like, "Fuck off." I'm like, "What kind of this is not a vacation." Everyone's like fighting to get pool chairs by the pool. We're all trapped on this thing. It is just it I don't know. I love a boat. I love a yacht. I love a catamaran. I love to be on the water. Cruise ship, I just don't think is my thing.
No, I love all of that with people that I know and want to be like in that secluded area with, not with strangers, not with staff members, not with crew members, not with buffet style food.
I'm not here for a sneeze guard.
Nope. And
Mm-mm.
like, okay, so you can bypass the buffet and do like set up reservations, but still, like you're still getting food that's been in a freezer for a week.
And where does okay, so speaking of the poop cruise, like where does all the waste go? Because like when cruise ships pull up, you don't see like they don't pull up and like dump the waste into like another but like where does it all go? Do they just dump all that into the ocean?
I think so. I don't know. I'm not really sure.
I mean, I remember hearing about the poop cruise, like, when that was happening, but it wasn't I don't know, the story wasn't as big, I don't like, you knew it was happening, but it didn't seem like it was that big of a thing. Once I saw the documentary, I was like, "Holy shit." Like, literally, holy shit. Like, I don't know.
But
I think
yeah,
I'm gonna stay off of cruises and, well, to be determined about being in the woods.
right, but, like, also with the cruise thing, they didn't have electricity, the water wasn't working, the showers weren't working, like, all of the things were backing up, that's why it's called the poop cruise, and they were taking the mattresses and putting it on, like, the main deck, and it was just a free-for-all, and at one point, they were like, "Fuck it, alcohol is free, everybody drink," and then it turned into, like, orgy fest, like, just madness, and they were like, "Wait, we gotta dial it back, this is too much."
Out of control. I mean, could you imagine? I mean, yeah, everyone would go wild because, like, what are you gonna do? And then fights break out. It literally becomes like also, did
Lord
you
of the Flies.
know when you're in the middle of the ocean, there's no laws. Like when you're in international waters, there are no rules. There are no laws. Like the captain of the boat is like that's the that's the president. That's who makes the calls. That's the chief. I'm like that also is bizarre because when this is happening and people are starting to go crazy and it's like all bets are off. I wouldn't want to be there.
Right, like, you're relying on basically one person, one source of information for your safety, for information, for protocols, all those things, and
But there's also thousands of people on this ship. You don't have like police and law enforcement and like I'm sure you have some security, but you don't have enough to like to take care of two thousands of people
yeah,
if everyone's going fucking rogue.
thousands of fucking people. Nope.
Mm-mm.
I mean, at least in the woods, if you're going out there with a certain group of people, it's more of a controlled environment, and there's probably some mushrooms involved.
That's my goal. I'm hoping by the time that this episode's out, I'm just on another planet, just speaking to the trees, becoming one with the ground, and just
Yeah, I think
uh,
there's something cathartic about going out into nature and, leaving your phones and
the
social media.
Wi-Fi and all the technology.
I
Yeah,
mean, the news in the world is so fucked up right now. So taking a break from that to go and like rub your hands in some leaves and grass would be really good.
might be good. Well, I will let you know how it goes. Stay tuned if I go missing or if I'm still here. We'll find out after this, but I don't think I'll be going on a cruise anytime soon. And hopefully if anyone's listening to this and you take blood work for people and you draw blood, please don't be a cunt.
Just smile.
Just smile. Just stick the needle. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on this quick little episode of It's Been a Week. Else, I'll see you next Tuesday. Hang up yet. Thank you for listening to that episode of It's Been a Week, but don't touch that dial because it's not over yet. Get ready for the after show. Been there, done that with AJ. Well, we're going to get AJ's take on whatever the fuck I just said. Hello, AJ. Here we are
Hello.
again.
I know. And another one of my friends is on your podcast.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty popular. What can I
You're just stealing all my people.
say? They like me better.
I love Cassandra. Cassandra and I mean, we have known each other for over 20 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Or 20 years.
yeah.
Yeah, over 20 years. College days, University of Miami. Hey, give it to the U.
Oh boy. Okay.
Um, okay, first of all, we can get into all the things y'all talked about, but we need to start with the camping. Like, I cannot wait for you to come back on this podcast after we get back from this trip and you actually share what this experience is like because I really think you're highly confused when you talk about going in the wilderness.
Well, look, part of me thought we were going to be like in huts or like little tents.
Well, I can't wait for you to experience it and come back and let everyone know because I do believe it is definitely not that.
Yeah, I think it's a little more glamorous.
Elevated fabulousness.
I think there's staff, there's rooms, there's homes,
There's guides, there's like people that are going to teach us how to do things. I mean, we
live
know there's these amazing nightly events.
theme nights, live bands, all for our little group. So yeah, I do think when I first heard about it, I thought it was going to be a little more rough in it.
Yeah,
And
it's not.
I don't think it's going to be.
Yeah, so we'll share more when we get back. But I mean, I can only anticipate how incredible it's going to be.
Yes.
Now, I doubt we're going to go missing, but in the event that we do, let's talk about the people that did go missing.
Fucking crazy.
I know that Amy story. I'm like, whatever, as I watched it, I was also kind of like, I mean, whatever. It's sad for that family and all the things, but I'm like, there's so much that just is like kind of weird and doesn't make sense, and it's like hard for me to get like really.
I just can't believe that like she went missing and 3 days later the parents like, well, we better get home, got to get to work. It's like if my kid went missing, I would not have left.
I know. Well, I mean, you don't know what the circumstances, so like you have to take a little step back because you don't know what they were up against in those moments. So, but what about that Sam one?
I see. There's something weird there. Like
I know you keep saying that. Like I understand
I
what
can
you're saying.
feel her energy when she's talking, and it's just there's something off.
Well, I mean, perhaps that's true, and that's why this all ended up becoming what it was because of the way that she is personally. But like the way that you're describing it makes it sound like he didn't do what he did, and he wasn't this type of person that stalked her.
No, I think he was a fucking weirdo, but I do think she maybe egged him on a little bit. Like she responded to him all the time. They would text back and
Okay.
forth all the time, and I'm like, if someone is stalking you, you say, "Hey, do not contact me. This is done," and you block them. Why she responded to him for years?
Right. I mean that part. But let's not go to the years. Let's just talk about that effort and the way that people respond, even when like they're people pleasers and they don't need to, but they still do. We know people. We have friends that do that. We have friends that like have guys that they're dating that they keep responding to them, and then we're like, "Why do you do that?" And they don't really have an answer. And most of it's out of people pleasing. Maybe some of it's the desire to just be the envy of someone's eye, and needing to have that attention. So
But then, like
again,
after the restraining order was up, it was she had a restraining order for 6 years or a PPO as they called
right.
it. The day it expired,
He showed up,
He
of
was there.
course, because he's like a
But
stalker.
then she didn't do anything, and her friends were like, "You need to go to the police." And she's like, "It's not that big of a deal."
I agree, and I think that it's because there's, again, more nuance. Like, you watch these stories as if you're being told all the information, and you know better than that. Like, you don't get everything. It's through someone's point of view or, like, the way that they wanna tell
It's
the
from her
story.
point of view, which is why I
But it's
think.
edited, it's just like anything else, that you don't get at the whole story.
But still, the facts that I did get that came from her mouth, shit don't fully add up for me.
Okay, did you stay awake the whole time?
Yeah.
Well, that's good because you didn't when we just watched that Big Fit to Fat or Fat to Fit or what's it
Oh
called?
yeah, the Biggest Loser documentary.
Fit to Fit something.
Yeah.
I mean, there was no missing people there, but they sure kinda, in a way, lost some people. These people lost 200, 300 pounds.
Well, it's crazy.
It's
I
unreal.
remember that show was so big back in the day.
So we won't talk about it until you watch it because I watched the whole thing, and we wanna talk about it because I remember it going on too, and, like, I would love to think that I'm a petite, skinny person, and my whole life has had weight things, so, like,
I identify as petite.
I know you do, but you're not. But, um, there are things that they talk about there in the show and why it became a phenomenon. And it's because it does relate to a lot of people. So I'm interested to talk about that one with you.
It also took me a long time to realize The Biggest Loser meant for like losing weight.
Right.
I always thought it was like, you're a loser.
Right. Well, that
Yeah.
was like part of what made it catch because it was a play on words that got people to talk about it thinking it was negative, but it actually was a positive.
Yeah. Good advertising there.
And yeah, I just love Cassandra so much. I talk to her numerous times a day.
Yeah, but you guys sit on the phone. This is what drives me nuts. You guys will call each other and then you don't say anything.
That's the beauty of a long-term friendship.
But you just sit there in silence. I'm like,
We talk. We just like also can sit there without saying stuff when knowing we're doing other things and we come back around. It's like hanging out with someone when you can't. She lives on the other side of the
but
country.
you try to do this shit with me too. You'll call me and then you have nothing to say. And I'm like, okay, bye. Like, I'm going to listen to my music. I'm going to listen to a podcast. You love to sit on the phone in silence.
Not with everyone. You should be grateful.
Well, no, no, please don't do it with me. Call me when you have
I
something
don't
to
call
say.
very many people.
Well, because you don't have anything to say.
I have plenty to say. I just like calling people where I don't have to say anything and still know that like that's
Speak telepathically.
yeah. Anything else to discuss?
No. But
Okay.
for everyone else, I'll see you next Tuesday.